Hello YouTube. Hello. Am I live? Probably. Okay, hello. I think we are live. Finally, after long break, we are coming back to Title Tuesdays. Hikaru, Magnus Carlsen on the list. Ooh, hello. Hello, Mr. Jakub. Good luck today. Or tonight. Yes, we are going to end this tournament tomorrow. So tonight is a really good phrase. I see future G. Well, hopefully. We will see today. Long time no see, guys. Probably I didn't play Title Tuesday for the last month or even more. I played my recent Title Tuesday was blocked by YouTube because I got 27 copyrights or even 28. I watched on the live stream penalties Poland versus Wales, and also I put on some songs which were under copyrights. So unfortunately, this film was blocked. But we are coming back. No music in the background because I don't know how to. I don't know how to do it without consequences. Hello. Don't music. Okay, there will be no music. Hair of mine. Yes. On Thursday I go to the hairdresser, so there would be finally, there would be no mess on my head, okay? There would be. Yes, and we are getting 6 viewers, 7, 8 viewers. Okay, we're starting in 1.5 minutes. Guys, how are you doing? How are you doing at this beautiful Tuesday evening? I am doing fine. I want to play chess. I had finally this feeling that, okay, I want to play chess because on April I was quite busy. I played 2 tournaments, etc. Of course, these are excuses. But it was true. On April I played 2 classical tournaments, which didn't allow me to participate on Tuesdays. Between them, I could, but to be honest, I didn't have that much energy or maybe motivation. But now it came back, and now I am happy to be with you on this Tuesday evening, and hopefully with some good chess in the background. Today you will have 8 points at least. Okay, you can make some bets. If I don't lose the first round, if I manage to play normally, who knows? Everything can happen. We are starting in 20 seconds. So probably as usual, first 2 rounds should be treated as a warm-up, and in the third round we got some great boss like these top players, maybe Magnus, maybe Hikaru, maybe even Alireza. But in order to go for them, we need to win the first 2 rounds. So we are starting right now. Hello for everyone who came, and let's go with classical move. E4, C5, knight f3, Sicilian defense. Let's play normally. D6, D4, occupy the center. C takes D4, knight takes D4. Knight F6, knight C3, of course. A6, knight F. Okay. Many options for knight F. Bishop E3, bishop G5, bishop E2, bishop D3, bishop C4, F3, G3, H3. Let's go for bishop G5, maybe the most direct option. The most dynamic one. Then F4. Sorry, something stuck in my throat. Muszynianka, please don't block this video, okay? Poison pawn. Let's accept the challenge. Queen D2. If Queen B2, Rook B1, there are many crazy lines there. Many crazy lines. I can go for E5, I can go for F5. Let's go maybe for E5, the most direct options today. D takes e5, F takes e5, H6 is the main line. Let's hunt somebody. Bishop H4, we transpose to the main variation in poison pawn. Now knight d7, knight d5, and g5. All of these moves are perfectly fine for black. I can take on f6, but there is also a move like bishop g2 or bishop g3, which saves the bishop, but leads to a position I might be a little bit unfamiliar with. So let's take the knight. G takes h4 and bishop e2, intending short castle. So bishop e2 and short castle. There are some really, really strange lines. I don't think I quite remember. Queen a5 for sure is the main move. Queen a5, castle, knight d7. I know this because I used to play this line as black also. And there are crazy lines. Maybe they will happen on the board even. Queen a5, castle, knight d7, king h1, queen g5, rook f4, e5. Crazy, crazy stuff. Knight d7 immediately. This might be inaccuracy somehow, because I know that queen a5 is the main move. So if knight d7 is played right now, maybe I have a time to play knight d4 and queen a5 would be impossible. Let's check it out. Maybe, or maybe knight d6, f6, bishop h5, but king d8, yeah. So maybe. My intuition tells me that knight d4 might be okay. Knight c5. Knight c5, right? And maybe knight b5 then. A b5, bishop b5. No, some crazy lines. Just make a castle. Queen a5, king h1. And queen g5, rook f4. Let's go for these lines. There is a risk that if he knows all of this, it might end in a draw. It might end in a draw. So maybe after queen g5, maybe queen e1, escape. We will see. Because he needs to play queen g5. Well, maybe he doesn't need to, but at least this is the main line. Queen g5, rook f4, e5, knight d5, e takes d4, queen d4, king d8. The main line goes like this. And then I have knight e7 move. Strange things, really. Rook f4. I don't know, because he burns a lot of time, so maybe there are two things. Maybe he recalls the line, or he just invents it during the game. e5 now is the crucial line. e5, knight d5, e d4, queen d4, king d, knight e7, queen e5, queen d2, bishop e7, fe, queen e7, bishop g4, and for some reason f5 the only equalizing move, so... Okay, but now I can get a check and knight e6, right? So I win a queen. Maybe I can even fight for something more, like maybe checkmate, bishop h5, but queen h5, right? Or some crazy line, queen f4, bishop h5. But he can play queen f6. So don't be greedy. And play knight g5 and rook e1. He goes king d8. And now I have queen a5, b6, queen d5, rook a7. Right, bishop g4, king c7, rook e8. Well, maybe it looks even better. And rook e8. Rook c8 are threats, bishop d7 is the threat. Bishop b4 is the move I missed. I have totally missed bishop b4. And I hope I'm not in trouble. Maybe I shouldn't be. Just play queen e2. Knight b6. Okay, I can get a check. Queen c3. Let's maybe take and play f7. Queen d4. Queen g7. f8. There's a pin. Easily I can now escape, play h3. To not get checkmated by accident, and 2 queens should be enough. Let's take it. Hell yeah. First win. What did I made wrong? Because knight d7... Okay, so maybe knight e4. It was too optimistic, just castle. King h1, queen g5, rook f4, e5. And he takes f4 right. This is a mistake. E d4. E d4 is the main line and it equalizes. This poison pawn is generally a good way to equalize for black. But then my conversion... Yes, rook c8 and rook c8. And just queen b4. And what? These two rooks are too passive? Well, maybe. This pawn is also strong. But I played queen e2, so I lost quite some part of advantage. But anyway, I was a little bit... I was having more time than him, so the rest was just a matter of time. Well, okay. We are happy you are here too. Dawaj 8,5, 8,5 rób. O, elo Luki. Zadymiarski wariancik. Muszynialka will sponsor you, I believe. Such a theory monster. Isn't there knight f6 after queen g5, queen e1? Well... Sorry. After queen g5, queen e1, there might be knight f6. Yes, so there is a big chance that I am mistaken. After queen g5, rook f4 is correct, although it leads to a repetition. Hello, Franeklol. How many mistakes today? As... you know, the smaller number, the better, you know? So I hope there would be no mistakes, but it's impossible. Even Magnus Carlsen, you know, there was a beautiful tournament in Warsaw, super bad, rapid and blitz. And even Magnus jumped on his chair, he blundered against Abdusatorov. You can see, maybe it's not viral video, but if you type Carlsen, Abdusatorov, Warsaw, super bad, etc., I will see this reel when he jumps on his chair, when he blundered such an easy thing. So everyone blunders, but I hope it will not happen to me. As few, I was looking for the word as few, thank you. Go for rook a6 in the second move, so we go for the gambit, for this Brazilian gambit, right? For this guy who is not Brazilian but had a Brazilian account, this Brandon Jacobson. Yes, I've heard about the story even. I don't remember his nickname, Leak Fu, something like this. Bartek. Nice idea. But I want to win something, you know? I'm not as good in chess as this Fivu Brazilian guy. I am not as good as him. Oh. Magnus Carlsen won. Is there a game happening in the background and we don't know about it? Probably not, because I don't see any. Okay, and we start. How to draw? Who is you? Nikolaos Agelis. Okay, c4. c4, a5, rook a6, but Well, maybe after the frustration mode. If I lose 3 games in a row and I will not fight for anything, I will play something like this. But now, solid normal chess. Let's go for e6, d5, knight f3, take the pawn. I played this variation several times. Queen a4, knight d7, queen c4, a6, trying to play b5 and bishop b7. Queen c2. So, after b5, now there is knight d4 and knight c6. So I need to watch out, have to play c5. And probably now I can play d6, b6, because now knight d4, knight d5, knight c6, queen c7, there is the thing. Right, b6. So after knight escapes, or jumps somewhere, knight d5 and bishop b7. Right. Right. How to draw? I hope he will not trying to go for a draw. Let's play ambitious chess. d4. Okay, d4. Knight d5, d5. This pawn is kinda annoying. Bishop b7. Looks normal. Let's play it. Bishop b7, dc5, bishop c5. Knight d7, queen d7. And dc5, still bishop c5. If he plays e4, then I have knight b4. Rook d1 probably, yeah, but bishop c5, thank you. Knight c3. And now knight c3. If bishop b7, then knight d2, I can throw in knight e2, but knight c3, queen c3. Bishop g2, king g2. I can make a castle pre-rook c8, but the position is rather drawish. But well, what else we can do? We can play rook c8. Hoping for knight d5, bishop f2. But rook c8, rook d1. And I'm under some pressure. So most probably I have to take on c3, unfortunately. And make a castle to not blunder on g7. You know, the equal position doesn't mean draw, of course. But how to draw is doing perfect job. Well, let's develop rook. We have nothing better to do. Rook c8. Rook c5, queen d3. Now I can play rook c8, control the c file. So he can play rook c1. Of course he can play rook d1. But it's not the end of the world. I can play h5, push h4, h3, queen g2. Checkmate. If chess would be that easy. Yes, h4, I expected that. And now we can grind. Rook d5 maybe. With intention of playing rook c2 one day. Let's go, rook d5. If queens go on f3, I exchange, and go rook c2. But he plays queen b3, so he controls this c2 square. Clever move of him, I will admit. But now maybe rook b5. Let's attack the pawn on b5. So he has to go queen a3, and it starts to be passive. It starts to look passive for him. Although I can't move my queen. I would love to play queen e4 or something. But queen a3. Okay, so he's committing something, right? Maybe a5. Maybe a5. Let's go, maybe a5. To allow my queen e4, let's say. He will most probably go for rook c1. Or rook d2, but now I have queen e4 maybe. I am centralizing my queen. Rook d1. Or is rook d8 a threat? It might be a threat. And it might be not a threat. If I play rook c2, rook d8, and queen f8, if I take the pawn on e2, queen h8, king g6, there is no check even. Let's go for it. I believe myself. I am not getting checkmated. So rook c2, this is the threat. And this move looks scary. So, you know. If rook d8, king h7. This rook protects the h5 pawn, so I am not that scared. And queen f8 most probably didn't cause any threat. Oh, queen e2, queen f7. I missed that. But rook f5. Queen g8, king Okay, doesn't matter. Queen e7. So, if I play rook b2, there is a this, and this. This, and this. So I will exchange one pair of rook. And go rook f5. Queen e7, king h7. And I protect this f7 pawn. Some queen b1 check available. A queen b6 he might go. Just like this. Not a good sign, to be honest. So maybe let's go ambitiously. g5. I'm risking a lot. But I want to put him into some problems. Maybe I will cause myself more problems. This might be also the case. Rook d1 and queen a2. Grab the pawn. And rook g5. Okay. Now I have to shut up a little bit. 9 seconds on the clock. F5. Pawn down. Oh. Yeah, so after my ambitious try, now I have to defend. But okay, we need to deal with the consequences. Wow. These pawns are marching, you know. Oh no. I have to defend the position. It is defendable. But probably by not the way I am playing this. Definitely not. Nice try. g5. For what sake I played the move g5? There was no need, totally no need to play g5. I could play normally. I could just go for queen b1 and queen a2. Like, sorry. Like at this moment, g5 was the act of the desperation. Queen b1, yeah, queen b1 and take the pawn on a2. Just like this. I know the position is equal, but it's sometimes better to draw a game than to lose it. 1 out of 2. So no Hikaru, no Carson, no Alireza in round number 3. I'm sorry. But for what reason g5? Don't play such moves. He plays normally rook d1, etc, etc, and after 3 or 4 moves he gets +2. Because I decided, oh, move the king's pawn. Well, the position is also drawish, but 5 seconds? What did I... Where I made a mistake, because bishop b7, knight d7, I really like this position, knight c3, and knight c3, queen c3, castle, yes, normal decisions, etc, etc, the position is equal all the time, obviously. Rook b5, and even this a5, and queen e4, and rook c2, and rook d2, and rook f5, yes, I blundered the pawn on b6, I admit. But rook c5, so our own threat, so he can take the pawn on f7, rook c1, rook h1. Good thing to know. Good thing to know. But g5. Okay, the engine maybe says, oh, I calculated 30 moves ahead and it's a draw. No, it is not. Don't play g5, guys. Why? Your king needs to be safe. If you play g5, he is not. He is not anymore. Don't play g5. Stupid decision by Stupid decision by KosakChess. What? Okay, we need to deal with the consequences. Do you have any family in America? My last name is Kosak and used to be Kosakowski before my ancestors came over from Poland. No, I don't. At least I don't know about it. Grande Kos. Wow, 2 queens in the first game. It was really game in Lewandowski style. Dangerous chess predator. Was it one of Greece chess players from the Piraeus tournament? Maybe some Vasilios Papadopoulos is its stereotype Greece name, I think. Well, but his name wasn't Vasilios Papadopoulos. Siemanko Michał, cześć. I admire your calmness despite the time pressure. Yeah, but what about calmness if I lose? What about calmness if I go for such endgames, you know? If I leave myself 2 or 3 seconds. But thank you. Looking at you making moves at 5 seconds makes me stressed out. G5 was Rudolf Spielmann. Kosak, masz jakieś rady na spadek formy? Kurczę... Robić swoje chyba. Albo zaakceptować to. Zaakceptować to, że forma faktycznie może spaść. Że nie zawsze będziemy grali najlepiej. Guys, maybe a quick question, because, you know, I will not be lying to you. In my dream world, I was thinking of, oh, it would be beautiful to record on English, because I will get to the bigger number of viewers, etc., etc. But I feel during every recap, every analysis, that my skills are limited, you know? And because of this fact, I can't tell all of my thoughts. I am losing my sense of humor when I am talking in English, because I'm really serious and try to talk as simple as it is possible. But if you talk in simple language, you can't communicate on the level I want to. So there was an idea which popped in my mind. Knight d4. Hey, let's go knight d4. I know bishop h7, but well, the idea popped in my mind is that I maybe can create the second channel in which I will be talking only in Polish, and it would be also a lot easier to communicate with you Polish fans, because there is, I will not lie, the biggest community which is on this channel is from Poland, right? Of course, the English viewers, the English speaking viewers, I will not forget about you, because this would be still the main channel. But sometimes if I want to share my thoughts with somebody, especially, let's say, even in Title Tuesday, I feel that sometimes, you know, I'm saying a lot of this and I don't even create sentences, you know? These are just noises. Empty noises. What do you think about it? Co myślicie o tym? Widzowie z Polski. O tym pomyślę. Rook e8, cd5, e5, and bishop f5. So this was a trick. Hopefully he went on to it. There is no way to defend, right? If not bishop f5, if he somehow defends from that, he takes f4. Guys, like I also decided to not read the chat during the games, because a lot of players, it is also, you know, really, it makes a lot of sense that reading the chat during the game might be treated as cheating. So, and a lot of friends of mine told me about it. So I will read your messages. I will read all of your messages on the chat only after the game. I was about to play g5. Not anymore. No, not anymore. Just escape, bishop h7. Not anymore. Queen g3, and you weaken the position of your king. Not anymore, man. Respectful Dave. Nice nickname. Queen b6. And what? I can start exchanging. Rook e1, rook e1, rook e8. Rook e8, knight e8. And I will go for it. Rook e1 and rook e8. Material advantage. Let's exchange it. Rook e8, rook e8. If queen b8, then queen e3. If h3, I can come back on d6. Or I can even take the pawn on b2. And I will go for it. Queen b2. Saucy pawn. Saucy juicy pawn. If queen b8, I give check and queen e5, so I exchange queens. Or queen e5 immediately. And g5 is the threat. Knight on the edge of the board. Don't go for it. Knight d6. Okay, so now I hope I would convert it. Bishop d3. No, bishop c4, e3. Let's move the king. e4. Knight d3, knight f5. More exchanges. King e7, bishop d5. The pawn is dropping out of the board. Bishop d5. Bishop a2. Also, like, coming back to this subject, maybe the better idea is to be better in English. It might be also the case. Well, and this is also the thing. I can improve in English, but I know it would be hard. It would take me a lot of time. But in general, improving in English can't be, bad in the long term. Well, he took the pawn on h7, but bishop c3, knight e4, everything was okay. Like the +02, +03 is still equal position. So c4, f6, knight g6, rook e8, and cd5. cd5 is already a mistake. He should go for bishop d6, queen d6, cd5, but I was thinking of e5 anyway. And playing for such a compensation that I will play bishop d7, rook c8, and this knight on g6 looks active, but it's stuck a little bit because it does nothing. But after e5, if he escapes with the bishop, then there's bishop f5 and I win the material. So maybe don't hesitate, let's watch some Polish fighter in the background and I will come back to you. Lepiej nie czytaj czatu, bo Kramnik się do ciebie dobierze. Yeah, Kramnik. Is Kramnik playing there? Hopefully he is. British Dave was really respectful because CM has to lose IM. No, it's not the rule. It's not the rule, of course. This is what happened in this game. Duda wins. Perfect. Let's go maybe on Drakin. Ooh, interesting endgame. 4 pawns, bishop against rook and a pawn. If he collects this pawn, this is winning. He has too many passers, this one and this one, so sooner or later he should convert it. Lol, your English is better than English of Kramnik at least. Okay, I will take it as a compliment. 2 channels are too much, you could make streams only on Polish. Yes, but I am not talking about doing streams. Sometimes even, because in the next week, the Polish Championship starts. Polish Championships, right? So I expect that none of the abroad viewers will be interested in Polish Championship. Or maybe I am wrong. I don't know. But Polish Championships is such a great and big event that I know that a lot of Polish viewers and a lot of Polish people are eager to watch it. And if I record, maybe I am wrong. Maybe please correct me if I'm wrong. But if I record analysis in English of games which happen on Polish Championship, I don't know if it makes any sense. So please, I would love to get some feedback about it, because I am... Okay, Kacparow. Kacparow, our Polish Kasparov draw. Picturesque check. Also made the draw. Dominguez. Dominguez checkmated already. So we are soon starting the game number 4. Sorry for the light if I am in shadow a little bit, but the light in this room is not the best light in the world. I improved some stats on the camera, so I hope I am visible, you know? Dzięki, Michał, trzymaj się. Powodzonka. Dzięki za obecność. I see that Andreikin plays under Antarctica flag here. Antarctica, South Polar, I meant. Andreikin is from Ryazan, and he always be the guy from Ryazan. What means Ryazan? Is it region in Russia? Baby Anton. So again, a Georgia player. Okay. There is some mess happening in Georgia right now, right? Let's go for e4. Okay, e4 worked in the first game, so let's try it again. d4. I will go with my favorite bishop d3, Schlechter variation. We move the bishop 3 times in the opening. Knight f6, bishop f3, and we are happy. Bishop b7, knight e2, bishop e3. I love to play this Schlechter variation, really. Knight c3. If knight f3, then queen f3, and I make a long castle. Queen e2. I played a game like this. A6, knight f3, and gf3 is a nice way to continue. I will make a long castle, and g takes f3. Right. The thing is to open the g file. If he wants to make a short castle, now I will put the rook on g1. And this is a really nice idea. I think that I might be already better there. If he needs to play something like g6, I can already enter with the bishop on h6. It should be reasonable for white, for sure. But he can also go for bishop d7 and long castle. So king b1, bishop d7. Yeah, I will go bishop h6. So I will make him to think. Bishop g7, rook g8, take, knight d5, queen e5. Knight f6, queen f6. And knight b3, maybe? Because if he makes long castle, he doesn't have problems at all. Is it right? But what else I have to do? Bishop f6. I blunder queen f4, but maybe king b1, queen f6. I blundered this move, okay. But maybe, even though it's still not that bad, knight d4, queen e5. Yeah. Faster. Man. Knight b3. I blunder queen f4. Baby Anton. Let's go knight b3. Maybe knight a5 somewhere, if he makes a long castle. But knight a5 is not a threat even. Knight e4. He'll most probably go queen e5. Well, he has bishop pair. Still king in the center, let's say. But bishop pair and f5. f5 might be a threat. Let's centralize the rook. Rook d1. f5, maybe something like knight d6. Rook d8. Take the rook. Bishop d8. No knight d6, no knight f6. Poor stuff. Maybe queen d2, knight d6. But bishop e7. But bishop e7, maybe knight d4. And attacking this guy. This pawn structure now is annoying. Because there is no attack left. Let's play rook e4. He will take the pawn on h2, but... No, a3. a3. Counters. King f8. But... 96? Really tempting. Really tempting option. But... I am not sure. Totally no sure. Knight b3, queen d7. Queen h1, queen f3. Queen d7. Knight c5. I mean, 96 is the threat. He could blunder it. Or he could go for it with a premeditation. Quick sip of Cisowia... no, a quick sip of Muszynianka. Sorry, I forgot the name of my sponsor. 96. How are you going to protect if you move the king, queen f7? King a2. 96. And king f8, rook f4. King h6 also rook f4. So... And queen f7, queen d5, c4. And queen f6 next. Queen g8 also next. Yeah, let's take with the rook. Okay, but I lost the control of the game. A 6-minute break after the last game. So now I will have more time to chat with you. So if you have any questions, ask, please. Ask, don't hesitate. So gf3 not right there. But after knight f3 there is a move, g takes f3. But after queen c7 castle there is not. Why? Maybe now he got additional 1 tempo, so he is 1 step closer to make long castle. And if he makes long castle, g takes f3 is only weakening the position because I can't make a use of the g file. Okay, so maybe queen f3 right now. And after bishop d7, bishop f4, and something like rook h1 should be perfectly fine. Yes, this Schlechter variation might be annoying for black, you know? gf3, bishop e7, rook g1, g6, bishop h6, and bishop g7. Okay, so anyway, there was a small sort of advantage. Queen e3, and what after long castle? Just f4, and knight d4 then. Okay. And if bishop d6? Then knight d4, queen f4. Ooh, knight e2, nice. Okay, I didn't see it. I played the passive and poor knight b3. And then he had an advantage. But I played actively. I lost another pawn, but I played knight b3, queen d7, and somehow I got activated. Knight c5, he blundered this move, so he gives up the e6 pawn. But after the rook f4 precise move, queen f7, the only move, and c4, I won. Okay, so 3 out of 4. Let's maybe refresh it. Bortnik plays, but maybe someone interesting. No, Bortnik left. And he will try to grind this endgame. Ryazan is the town in central Russia. Okay, new Polish chess player Aleksandra Malcewska could play here tonight because she played 1 week ago. Yes, new Polish chess player. Good name. Baby Anton is from Georgia. Maybe she's grandson of Maya Chiburdanidze, the former chess world female champion in 18th of last century. Yes, we know Maya Chiburdanidze, of course. maybe he's grandson. Yes, who knows? I don't know. Is his name was Chiburdanidze? Maybe I missed something. By the way, how Bortnik makes progress there? It is crazy. Like Rook B7 was a mate for 1 second. But he can also, yeah, you know, if he pushes too much, he can over push. And now King C4. This is Black who can chop all these pawns. It is Black who plays for the win right now. You see? He lost this pawn. Most probably he loses this one. And now Black is 2 pawns up. So he over pushed. But this is his style, you know. So don't blame him. Wow, was it Polish vodka in the bottle? I thought that only Alexander Grishchuk plays Title Tuesday drunk. Mr. Jakub is the second drunk master? It was bad joke, of course? Bayard, my friend. Why? Why? I am not that popular to do it. Well, Polish vodka is strong, but... Bayard, man. Baby Anton is crying right now, maybe, and he is calling EM Jakub some word like Papus? Bayard. Bayard, you are crazy, man. You are crazy, man. I really enjoy that you are active on the on the chat, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it, really. I hope you have a great fun, man. Mitrapcha. Probably all the games are finished. And let's correct the result because 3 out of... Ooh, great result. 3 out of 4. Okay, so... Let's say a normal result. In the round number 3, I play Carlsen and I lose. And in the 4th game, I rebound. So, let's say it's okay. Let's maybe watch the standings. Hami Sandwich. This is Vladimir Hamitevici, if I am not wrong. Exactly. Magnus Carlsen. Bluebaum. Jose Martinez, Sugirov, famous Hungarian grandmaster, of course, Durar Bailey, Ryo Chen, international master 4 out of 4. Okay. Lucas Mitos, also Brazilian player, H4 para, Jaime Santos Latasa, Viagra, Oskar J, Sparu. Polish players, let's go. Oskar J, Oskar Wieczorek, Grandmaster, 4 out of 4. Sparu, everyone knows Sparu. Miłosz Spar. We've been together in the Greece. Really interesting person. Kacparow, 3.5 out of 4. Polish fighter, 3.5 out of 4. With him, he made a draw. Who drew Jan Krzysztof Duda? Penguin. Penguin drew him. Okay. Penguin drew him. And what about Sparu? What did Sparu do? What did Sparu do? What did Sparu do? Sparu won Firuzia! Ali Reza Firuzia! Sparu! That's right! He won against Ali Reza. Congrats, man! Big congrats to Sparu on the chat. Oskariot, who did you won? You need to also beat someone strong. Ooh, it was fishy game. It was fishy game for sure. But before Frederick Swane, Oskariot. I could repeat your words about the language. When I joked on my native language, it was more funny than my bad English. Yeah, okay, I know. There's no problem with that, Bayard. I'm really happy that you are here and you are so active. I watched how new Hungarian player Sugirov played Title Tuesday a month ago. He was sitting on the kitchen. Interesting. Okay. So 2700 player Grandmaster has to play in such conditions. Sad truth. Sad reality. Right. Guys, please, if you are sleeping, you can write something on the chat because Bayard is leading. Bayard is leading in the Bayard is leading in the, number of sent messages. Who can beat Bayard? Seven players. So the viewers are sleeping. KosakChess is not satisfying him. I hope it will change. Guys, what I can talk about? 3 out of 4. Tomorrow, Wednesday. What happens in the Wednesday? I wake up in the morning. I take the shower. Maybe I go to the gym. Then some chess training. Then some work. Because I am working, I have a job. Yeah, I have a job, So I need to spend some time in the job. And Wednesday, yes, and we play chess. And on the Thursday we play chess. And on Friday we play chess. And then we have a weekend, so we can rest a little bit. But on Monday we also play chess. And on Tuesday, of course, Tuesday. We play Title Tuesday. And on Tuesday, Polish Championships. Wow, a great event. Wow. Because, if you don't know about Polish Championships, this is a closed... this is a round-robin tournament where 10 players are playing. 3 medalists from the previous Polish Championships. 3 players who won the semifinals. 3 highest-rated players. And 1 Polish champion under 20. And we have, if we sum it up, we have 10 players. I qualified by winning Polish semifinals. And on Tuesday we start Polish Championships. Wow. And that's why I wonder, is it better? Is it better to record the games? Because I am planning to record the games, of course. From such a beautiful event, why not? But in which language I am thinking? Ooh, guys, let's wait a little bit. Jan Nepomniachtchi is on the chat right now. Alexei in defense. Okay, so let's play d4. And let's go knight f3. Knight e5. And g6. Okay, bishop e2. Castle. And maybe escape. Yeah, chess. He has this guy from the Blizzard Entertainment world. This is the guy because I used to play Hearthstone, Do you know Hearthstone? This is this card game. c5. Against Nepo I should play fast, right? Jaraxxus? Is it Jaraxxus? There was a guy called like this. Let's maybe take this pawn. Knight e6, knight c3, knight c5, bishop e3. Develop pieces normally. Jaraxxus, you face Jaraxxus. There was a song like this. Beautiful times. Knight d4, bishop f3, but knight d4 I put this knight under the pressure. So maybe rook c1 and b4? That's why knight c6. a3. If a5 I can take and... Bishop f5. b4, knight d3. Bishop d3, bishop d3. Already a bad position. Knight d3. How can I stop knight d3? If queen d8, then rook d8, right? But I have to go for something like this. I didn't see any other option because before knight d3. I hate such moments. If I play normal moves in the opening and after several moves, I don't even know where I made a mistake. Because now he has bishop per his perfect position. Yes, knight a5. Knight d2. Bishop b2. Knight d6. King a6, bishop d4, bishop b2. King g8. I am still worse, but... Or maybe I'm not. Rook a1. And rook a7. Maybe I am not. Huh. I don't have anything better to do, just take the pawn on a7. And rook c7. Huh? Oh, shit, rook a8. Ah. Why I miss such things? Okay, don't think about it, man. Don't think about it. Rook a8, and it wins immediately. Bishop e3. Bishop e3. What are you trying to implicate, Nepo? Check. h4. And knight d6. Where's my improvement? No. 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 Knight d2. You stupid man. Oh. Ah, but it was a draw anyway. No, it wasn't. Because king f1, bishop e3. No. No. If I spoil such chances. Guys, let's have a look. Rook a8. Rook a8 and king g7, knight d6. And bishop f8, rook f8 and knight d6. Instead, like we went for all this, etc. And I found this idea, you know. Rook d4. But no, knight d2. Stupid. Let's start with king f1 and king g3, knight d2, and then I can try push knight d4. Because I wanted to, you know, after bishop, king c3, king f1, if he goes knight d4 and if he goes king e4, I go like this way. Shit happens. No, I was not respectful. Of course I respect Nepo, this is my favorite player. All among the players, but Sparrow 5 out of 5. Matthias Bluebaum now has been defeated by Sparrow. Amazing. No, I was not feeling respect to Nepo. But even in such 8 games, knight d2 loses. I could even go knight d6 with the same intention. But rook a8, no, it's checks first. Checks, captures and attacks. Checks, captures and attacks. I repeat it every single day to myself. Checks, captures and attacks. And in the most crucial moment, when you could beat Nepo, you don't give a check. Okay, such sad thing, but it happens. But okay, he didn't win the World Championship match twice. Let him be lucky this one time. Yeah. KosakChess plus Polish vodka is the way to happiness. Zajka Molotok. Julia Osmak. Okay. Zajka Molotok. Julia Osmak. Former no, not world, but former European woman champion. And I don't know what to say else about her. Of course, very strong woman chess player, one of the best woman players in the world. There's no doubt about it. He takes c4 and knight d7. One of the strongest woman players. Yeah, I don't know what to say about her. Just play chess. Just play chess. a6 maybe? b5. Now take the pawn on d4. If e d4, there's an isolated pawn. If knight d4, I have knight e5, which I like. And rook d1, queen c7, and I can attack the c4 bishop. So, quite good position. Quite good position against her. It was... okay. Don't care about it. It happened. You will not come back to it. Just focus on this game. So knight c4. I want to play knight c4. And I will do it. So she wants to play knight d5 most probably after rook c8. And she believes she will defend. Maybe she will. So maybe e6 to not allow her to do it. Let's play e6. Knight d5. Some prophylaxis. Good way to play. I weaken this d6 square, but I hope it is not easy to exploit it. a5. Zayka Molotok a5. So b5, c5. For sure she wants to have this passer. Let's allow her. Pawn is a pawn. Bishop a3. Rook c8 and c5 I expect from her. Is c6 a threat? It might be a threat. I don't know if it is, but it might be a threat. So, knight d5, c6, bishop c6, knight d5, right? So let's maybe play bishop c6, just like this. Or bishop f8. Ooh, bishop f8. But knight a4. She gets knight a4 possibility. e5. Okay, I decided to kick off this knight. So c6 will be no longer a threat. It closes my bishop, but maybe its position belongs on f8 to attack this guy. Bishop c6 and rook b8. I know these pawns are doubled, but pawn is a pawn. Remember this beautiful rule, pawn is a pawn. It's better to have the pawn than not to have a pawn. In most cases. Rook d6. Right. But wait. If I escape with the bishop somewhere, queen d6 might be dangerous. But bishop g2 rook f6, it doesn't work, unfortunately. If bishop b5 queen h4, so knight e8, okay, let's come back. If rook d3, then I have bishop b5. If rook d2, I don't know. Right? Maybe bishop f8? Because now this bishop does nothing on this diagonal, so at least it will attack this pawn on c5. Rook d1. Now maybe rook d8? She can exchange everything and grab the pawn on a6. She will most likely do it. Only after the move I realized it. If she moves the knight, then queen d2. But knight c1, queen d2, queen d3. So queen d7. Let's protect the pawn. And knight c7. And h5, let's go. Knight e6. So this knight is now really well placed. Okay. Yulia Osmak checks if I can win this endgame, hopefully. She resigned with 1 decimal point. Right. So, you know, these type of positions are rather boring. It's hard to make mistake there. Yeah, but ED4 is even better. Of course, it is isolated pawn. Of course, this bishop is closed. But after knight d4, I get this knight d5. And without the bishop pair, it is hard to play this position. And I think I... maybe not did the best job ever, but... Yes, bishop b5. And what after queen h4? Just bishop e7, queen g3. Aha, okay, so then just play, because I am pawn up. I give up the pawn, but play this move a4, and after it, I got a bishop pair. I could outplay these knights, because these knights can't really enter the game, and push the pawns, open the position, and okay, and won the game. So, Artin, 6 out of 6. Let's maybe change my own result. 4, unfortunately 4. Oh, Sparu lost. Against whom? Against whom? Dubov. Daniel Dubov. He's duchless. Next time you could close nicknames of your opponent on the screen and you won't know is there Super GM Nepo or some loser from Africa. But I really like to know whom I am playing against. Julia Osmak likes to make pics from the beach. If you don't know it, her nickname means bunny with hammer. Bayard! Interesting news. Why you didn't play queen b2? It could be double dangerous for the opponent. Bishop g7 or queen b3 and white's lost knight. Maybe, or you could destroy the house of her king. Queen b2, you say. I don't know in what moment queen b2. I don't know. Queen b2. Did I have any chance to play queen b2? I don't remember. But Magnus Carlsen 5 out of 6. So, he lost to Dedic. Who is Dedic? Sergei Lobanov. Okay, so Magnus. Penguin Pax. He is not Penguin GM. Okay. E4. E4 looks good. I lost to Nepo, but... C6. Okay, many interesting lines there. Let's maybe play knight c3. And d4. What a transposition. Okay, let's take. Bishop d3. Queen c2. Knight d2. And h5. Castle. Knight d7. Okay. He plays quickly, so I think we might be in some prep. Looks stupid, but it may look like. So knight h5, cd4, cd4, knight f8, I suppose, and he plays against this isolated pawn. Okay. If I play d5, then knight e5. So bishop e3 makes sense? Or not? Maybe it doesn't because now he thinks. But bishop d4. And no, after h4, knight f5. If he plays knight e5, I can grab the pawn. Knight d3, queen d3. Pawn is a pawn, as I told you. So, yeah. Muszynianka sip. h4. Yeah, knight f5. And now knight e5. And what does it change to take the pawn on h4? I don't know. I think I'll do it. Take pawn is a pawn, knight h4. Knight d3, queen d3. Yes, of course. Bishop g4. But is it a line I should be afraid of? Like h3? Just h3? I should be... Knight on the edge of the board, but maybe some knight f5 ideas. No tricks, man. Knight f3, queen f3. I believe with this knight on d4, I might count for some compensation. And knight in the blitz is, worth 4 points. Not 3, but 4. Some fork, some nice jump, maybe. Oh, 96. 96 is the example of such jump. F e6, queen e6. And rook d7. If he doesn't take it, I take the rook. If he plays f e6, queen e6... if he plays f e6, queen e6, queen f7, I take the rook on c8. If he goes on h8, I take the pawn on f6. Right? Yeah, so knights are tricky, especially in blitz. Knight is worth 4 points in a blitz, in the endgame really. But if you play against Nepo, sometimes even knight, being pawn up and having knight in the endgame is not enough. Rook e5. So now I can take, and I am pawn up in the endgame. Cool, king g1. King f2, king e3. So my king is closer. And now I need to play on the wing where I have advantage. So this is queen side. So c4. And rook g5, g4. b4. Yes, b6, king d3. Some rook a5, rook a6. Okay, let's give a check. Come back and king f4. Ooh. Accept draw? Come on. Why are you offering me a draw? Of course not. I will not click this button. You need to understand it by yourself. And a5. If he moves the king, chop the pawn. If he moves the rook, chop the pawn. So b6. I take. and a6. And like this, okay, so... Well, but it should be winning. Rook b7, a7, and I create this passer. King e3, h5. Now he can't stop two passers. So gh5 and this pawn runs away. h6. h7, h8, rook b8, and promotion. Oh. It was long time when I checkmated with the rook. I hope I remember how to do it. It is hard. Oh, it is not. So I told you I blundered bishop e2, horrible thing that I blunder such things. Rook f1, of course, to protect the e2 square. But knight in the endgame. It's stable -1. It's stable -1, but he blundered knight e6, right? So I am happy that I that I found this knight e6 at this particular position, and then the technique was good, you know, to play on the queen side, then to create one passer, then the second passer, and he can stop both. Right. Let's change the result, because 5 out of 7. Because 5 out of 7. Whom we can watch? Jospem is playing against this guy. In such rook ending, you feel it is closer to draw or win based on your tournament experience. In general, when you are pawn up, you are pawn up, right? It is much better to have a pawn than to not have it. Of course, maybe in classical tempo, this endgame should be drawn, but I have really easy plan. As I told, I have this 3 pawns against 2 on the queen side, so I knew step by step what to play. I created a passer on the queen side first, because I have the pawn majority there. Then I created another passer on the king side, and that was all. Like, I was just slowly improving my position. So maybe I know that from the theoretical side this endgame is drawish, but from practical side it is much easier to play with white, and I have a great chances to win, and I am not surprised if I win such endgame. When your opponent pre-moves like a dog, do you get angry? I don't, because I also like to pre-move. I also like to pre-move, I won't lie to you, because I really do. Sorry, so I am also pre-moving. You know, we are playing Blitz, so this is normal stuff to pre-move. You eat penguin, you are chess-hungry chess predator. Bayard. Oh, Faustino Oro. Faustino Oro. Let's play Caracan against Faustino Oro. So, a prodigy from Argentina. The guy who even beat Magnus Carlsen in online chess. Faustino. I have played several times against him. D4. I have played against him several times, especially in Blitz. Like, we played in Bullet Brawl. We also played in... we played in Bullet Brawl. We played... on chess.com, I think we only played, so... yeah, he's on familiar field. He has this, you know, slight position when he has this bishop pair. He can slowly improve. I have nothing to be complained about, because my position is solid. I don't have weaknesses at all. But it's hard for both sides to improve the position. Maybe e5 I will prepare in the future. But I don't really want to do it because he has bishop pair. So it is in his favor to open the position. But if I do it in maybe incorrect moment, who knows? I lost really similar game. I don't know. Do you remember? Maybe a lot of you just doesn't. I lost a really similar endgame against David Paravian on one of the Title Tuesdays. Maybe 97, 95. Such maneuvers sometimes are needed. Knight f5. Such maneuvers sometimes are needed. I lost a really similar endgame where Paravian was just doing moves by hand without even thinking, and he just outplayed me. In a really similar, set of pieces. He has bishop pair, the same close position, I have the same solid Caro-Kann structure, and he was just making moves and outplaying me slowly. It was really amazing. But this is Russian chess school, you know. Russian chess school of playing chess. Bishop g3. Bishop f5, I lose too many material, so I don't calculate it. Right. Now I think I regret that I played knight f5 because bishop e4 is a good reply. Maybe c5. But I opened this bishop. Let's play c5. If bishop f5, e5, if he doesn't care. Bishop c5. It could be also a wrong decision to open the position. Rook d1, so he normally develops. And bishop f4. Knight d6. And now the question, where to go with the bishop? e5, bishop d5, I allow him. Bishop f4, maybe. But knight c4 I want to play, so after bishop f4, I don't know. If e5... Okay. I knew, Faustino, that you are going to play this move. I haven't prepared anything. What was the reason of e5? Don't ask me. Knight f5, let's play. But queen f3. Or even queen g4. I am slowly outplayed by the kid. Bishop f7. There was no reason to play e5 and c5, and I played both of these moves and I opened the position. I told you to not open the position, and I did do it. I did do it. What a precise moves. Wow, he outplays me like a Russian master. He outplays me strategically like a Russian master, really. Yeah, so, you know, normal Caro-Kann position. And what do? I tell you to not open the position, right? I know the position is equal. So engine recommends e5, okay. Okay, so maybe I played too passive. c5, wow, c5 wasn't that bad. Queen c6 in the end. Okay. Because I was calculating it, and now queen h3, queen h2, there's rook d2. If I saw queen c6, I would go for it, but I didn't. So rook d1, knight d6, and e5. By strategical means, horrible move. Horrible move by strategical means. Yes, now I am slowly outplayed. What should I play instead? Queen c8. Knight f5. Yeah, knight f5 I could go. Obviously. He can go queen e4. Maybe I have something like queen c5 to counter. But e5, horrible move, because it gives him so easy play. He got this control over the light squares. I have dark square bishop, and probably after that he didn't spoil an advantage. Maybe... I could just go king c4, really. I could just go king c4. I didn't even look at this. Okay, so... because king e3 and rook a1 I can keep checking. And after king g3 I can't, because I gave him this g3 square. Now it is too far away. Yeah, okay, very good game. Very good game from Faustino Oro, the Argentinian prodigy. He's like, I don't know, how old is he? 12, 13? Something like this. Mean boy. Never play g5 will be the main rule of EM Jakub on the way to title GM. Maybe, yes. Maybe this is... maybe... Yes, I should follow this rule. I love your channel. Really good content. Kerem Ilgaz. Wow, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your comment. I don't know who is Faustino Oro. I only remember Faustino Asprilla, who was Colombian footballer and played in Parma and Newcastle, and he scored Argentina team in 1993 when Colombia won 5-0. Man, Bayard. You talk about 1993, probably most of the viewers were not even born in 1993. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, man? There was no one in the world in 1993. You are the only person who can remember it. Bayard, my friend. Cruel Faustino. No, he's non-bean boy. He's probably really sympathetic and really nice person who loves to play good chess. Right. We have Kasparov 6.5 out of 8. Let's see. Kasparov is Kacper Drozdowski. And he didn't lose a single game. He made only 3 draws. So solid result. But as I see, he didn't play against any higher rated player. Whom do we have? Duchles, the guy who beat me was Spar. Benjamin Bok, the guy who loves to beat me in Title Tuesdays. Matthias Bluebaum. So he lost against Sparu and then he won 3 consecutive games. We have Yospem. We have this Iranian guy, Artin Ashraf. First time of hearing. First time I hear this guy. Hikaru. 7 points. He lost against Lucas Mito? Wow. Okay. Liam Le, Miterrible, Kacparow, Polish fighter. We have Sparu. How is Sparu doing? He won against Sanon Sugirov. Wow, and he lost to Yospem. Well, but okay, he's good. He's good. When he has a chance, he wins. I think. Have you ever played against Turkish players? Yes, of course I played. I played against Sanal Vahab. I played online against Mustafa Yilmaz. Also, I played against Gurel Edis, a mini bullet match. I lost to him. Unfortunately, he's really good. There is also a guy from Turkey, Dogmus, this young player who became Grandmaster, I believe. So yes, I played against Turkish players. I played against Sanal Vahab on World Blitz Championship in Uzbekistan, and I also played the Karo-Khan, and I and I lost in a pretty same manner like against Faustino. I think I played Faustino in like 2020, and he was an 1100. It's crazy how fast he's improved. It is crazy. Yes, it is. As I told, he is commonly known as a prodigy. I have just question for Jakub. Who from World Chess Champion, I meant male of course, who was born 14th of May. He was crazy, it is the way to right answer. Daniil Dubov won Russian Team Chess Championship in the team of Communistic Party of Russian Federation. It is only one of chess news I wrote this month. Okay, who was born 14th of May? 14th of May, World Champion? Probably some old one. Maybe who is not living right now. I know Kasparov is 13th of April. Magnus Carlsen 30th of November. And these are only 2 dates, I don't know. I know that Paul Keres was born 7th January. As me. So, but of course, unfortunately, Paul Keres is like not alive for a long time, 40 years maybe, even more. But Paul Keres Paul Keres was born 7th January as me, so maybe I will reach his level once. Right. A 6-minute break, of course, there is. So we are waiting. 5 out of 8. After a break, it's not bad. Maybe if I would play more on chess.com, if I would be focused and if I, somehow get used to chat and simultaneously play, it would be much easier. I think we are playing. Oh, sorry guys. Jeet Jain, so we are playing Indian player, maybe against Indian player d4, Indians, dynamic players, so they like to put some traps, they like to open the position, but if we play London and we close it, maybe it will work on our favor. Okay, so he plays the Dutch, let's play g3. Bishop g2, castle and c4. The Dutch is interesting, but on the on the highest level, probably not playable. Radek Wojtaszek on one tournament won in Dutch against Fabiano Caruana and against Magnus Carlsen. Magnus Carlsen in Wijk 2013, if I am not mistaken. Right. Queen c2, maybe, let's go. Radek Wojtaszek, the second best Polish chess player, just under young Krzysztof Duda, of course. c5. Rook d1. a6, you say? Now I have knight g5, right? And if you move the knight, I take the pawn on c5. So maybe this strategy works. dc5, knight c4, and so you want to say you don't lose material. It would be insane if it's the case. Okay. Okay. Think, man. Think. b3 knight. Sorry, b3 knight e5. And cd6 and bishop a3. I believe in this position, b3. If h6, the knight f3, so it's even helpful. Knight e8. Beautiful. I will take it. Queen d2 maybe. I attack this and protect this. Knight f7. Well, this move didn't surprise me, but maybe I underestimated. But no, I think I have really good endgame. Like, taking this and knight a4 and knight b6. He needs to solve a lot of problems. He has great problems with the queen side. Take the rook. Rook d1. Knight b6. And if you play e5, I have bishop d5. And now I can play rook c1. And rook c7, you probably start not having moves. Like, you can't move the knight. You can move your pawns. So you do it, but I will play h4. And after g5, I will go h5. To fix this pawn and to go rook h7, rook h6. If you play e5... Okay, tricky. I will go for h5. So you say you can wait. I will slowly improve. b4, a4. Okay. So I have the position where I have fun for free. Maybe I can move my king. Just bring it like this. How stupid is that? Rook g8. Wow! KosakChess. Strategical battle. Okay. So after the game, queen c2 is okay. Rook d1. and knight g5, dc5, b3, knight e5, cd6, etc, etc, so everything is okay. Queen d8, knight f7, knight a4, so wow, a normal looking game. Rook d7, and then slowly improvement, b4, a4, maybe for no reason, but then I have a time to just put my king. If I manage to attack this knight, he will move it and I will grab the bishop. So he played king e8 and he was just under a big pressure. So I will maybe show you one of the games. I will go for a really short break. I will come back. So let's watch maybe one of the top games. Couldn't just take the bishop with winning pawn in the ending? Or you prefer to improve for free? I could improve because, you know, with so active knight on b6 and with so active rooks on c7, I don't need to take the free pawn on b7. I could go for it, but these two pieces are just fixing his pieces, right? So I hope you understand me, guys. Sorry, short break. I will come back really soon, and maybe, yeah, I will show it really soon. So I will just leave this game. Okay, sorry guys for waiting, but I came back. Don't worry. I came back. Steinitz was born on Vienna on the 14th of May. But Keres was not world champion, or you have alternative information from Tallinn. I know that Keres was not world champion, I know. But he was top player at his era. So, you know, I think comparing to him is not that bad. 7 out of 9, right? This is my result, or am I stupid? No. It is too much, 7 points. No, 7 points is too much. How many points I have? 6 out of 9. 6 out of 9. Oh. 6 out of 9. Ooh, Alexei Shirov. Also a legend. Living legend. Knight f3. And against him, Roy Lopez. Let's go. Yanish. Okay. So he knows the thing. There is a slight chance that he can know the theory, right? Queen c4. Strange looking move, but it works for some reason. We stop castling and some knight e5. As I remember, queen e7 is the main. Bishop d7. But now I can take and play knight e5. Is it right? Or maybe we just transpose, yeah, knight c3, queen e7 and knight d5. Because after bishop c6, knight e5, bishop f2, maybe rook f2, d5, and I open the king against Shirov. Stupid choice. Okay, so he goes for this like this. But I can take on d7. He will take with the knight. Because after queen, knight e5. So he will recapture with the knight. No, he goes for this. Wow, knight e5? Do I miss something? d5, queen c5. Knight f3, gf3. No, he's not checkmating me. No, knight e5. d5, queen c5, right? Yeah, so he missed it because he wants to exchange it. Knight b5. Bishop b6. e5. Maybe e5. d5, knight e5. Bishop e3 now is really tempting, because this bishop is annoying. I know I am destroying the pawn structure, but I want to eliminate this bishop, which shoots on the f2 square. So bishop e3. I know I am destroying pawn structure, but this bishop is so active, and it might be so annoying that it is better to exchange him. Exchange him. Knight d5. Okay. I think I can take on f8 and play rook e1. It is better to have a pawn. If knight b4 c3, a6, knight d4 I thought I have. And he plays rook e8. Okay. Maybe knight d3. Knight g5. What if I play c4? Is c4 too optimistic? Like c4 rook e3. cd5 rook d3. 96. 96 d6 king of 8. I am losing this pawn and I'm not a big fan of this stuff. But I think I have to play c4 anyway. If knight c4... Yeah, rook e3, I know. But maybe I will just take and play b3, you know? And this knight... I don't know if it's true or not. But after king f2, I may even trap him. No, knight g4. So this is only a dream, and not fulfilled one. King f2. And you go there. Wow. Okay, king g3. Hmm. 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 Stupid move. Maybe there was nothing in this endgame. Yeah, probably there was not. King e6 the only move. Okay, so probably there was nothing, but... Well, after the opening, I was healthy pawn up. Why did I play knight b5? Okay, maybe it wasn't that bad. And bishop e3? Well, but this advantage is not that big. I thought it would be bigger. Yes, I don't have a good way to protect the pawn, so... I just... gave it back, but then he played this, you know, he was outplaying me and I felt it, but he blundered the move a5, after which I have g5 and knight c6 check, and I get this pawn back. Ah, knight bc5. Yeah, obvious tactics. So I am missing a lot of things. Then, unfortunately, it is a draw. I thought after king f4 there is some sort of a Zugzwang, because he needs to lose a pawn if he moves the king e5 and he is losing, so... but he correctly sacrificed it and went for this drawish endgame. Wow, and we don't have a time to stop. This is the last game, right? Is this the last game? I hope... Yes, this is round number 11. Let's repeat the variation we played against Yulia Osmak. So g6 and knight f6. Bayard, you told something that I will get 8 points, right? You told something that I will get 8 points. Sorry, man. I have to disappoint you. Because it's impossible right now. Sorry, Bayard. Knight c6. So he just doesn't care. Okay. Who is you? Melich Yurt 7. Okay. I don't know Melich. d3. This is a Botvinnik system, right? When I push e5, c5 in order to control the d5, the d4 square. But on the other hand, I give up the d4 square for the whole game. Maybe I can push f5. And after f4, you know what I want to play. I want to play this move. I want to play g5. I really want to do it. But maybe I don't have to. Knight f6, maybe knight g4. Knight d5, bishop g7. Right? I don't want to give up this bishop. Bishop. But he's maybe thinking of bishop d5. Probably he thinks of that. So if he exchanges his strong bishop, this is one thing. But he gets the access on the d5 square, which might be also pretty okay. And something like e4 might happen. But I don't care. Rook, queen d7, rook e8. Aha. So if I go rook f7, let's say. Let's go for it. I will sacrifice my bishop, but as a compensation, maybe I will achieve, I don't know, some space. Achieve space. Wow. Don't you know how to achieve space? KosakChess will learn you. Will teach you, not learn you. I want to play g5, but I can't. I promised to you. I promised to you, my viewers, I will not. I want to somehow regroup rooks there. How stupid is that? King f7, rook h8? Maybe it is not that stupid, but after king f7, maybe g4, he can close it all. And after king f7, knight c7 also. I wanted to blunder so badly. Right now I can... No, I can't. Late hour. Well, so this idea is probably stupid as hell too. I don't have a move. Move, 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 make a move. Knight before I want to play. Sorry, knight before. I want to exchange this knight. Okay. Rook f7, come back. So we are going to maneuver a little bit and pretend that, oh, I have a plan. But to be honest, I don't. Mm, mm. On the ropes. On the ropes, but somehow I defend it all. Queen e1, good move. Oh, wow. Uh, hmm. Oh, he's also streaming. Yes, guys. Poor quality of play by me. Unfortunately. And I don't know even why. Well, I know. Time management. Right? A minute? 19 seconds. A minute, 19 seconds. We're not playing classical chess, we play blitz. I completely forgot about about this rook. Rook h3. And take rook g6. Okay. Okay, let's maybe watch some top games. Or has it already finished? Or is it already finished? Polish fighter, the place number 4. Sparrow 8 points. So a decent result. Hikaru as usual? Yeah, Hikaru as usual. Oh, sorry. Guys, well, sorry for my play. 6.5 normal too. Wow, your job is time manager. It's interesting. Allowing g takes h4 in good circumstances gave him good position, I think. Of course, and it was the case in that game. Guys, sorry, okay, so poor result today. I could win in one move against Nepo. I could press Alexei Shirov, but I lost endgame being pawn up against Nepo, and I drew a game against Shirov. I lost stupidly in round number 2. So yeah, we have a result like this. We had also quite nice games, but anyway, well, unfortunately it is like it is, but it's okay. It's pretty okay. This was the last Title Tuesday stream in May. Because in the next week I am playing a tournament. So unfortunately, sorry, but we are saying goodbye for the next 2 weeks. But I hope if I am at home, I will try to do it regularly. I will try to do it. So thank you very much for everyone who joined me here, and yeah, thank you for your presence. There are final results. Hikaru, Duchles, Matthias Blumamson, Hikaru wins as usual. Fabiano Caruana, Carlsen. And where is Polish Fighter? Polish Fighter is number 8. Okay. See you.